Hi,
Hi.
I'm D-Dubs,
And I'm B Star. Let's do it backwards.
and I just threw her for a loop. Well, you know what? Our mic might be a little too hot here. Let's just try that. We're getting a little more excited in our
I guess.
volume since we're dealing with a spider. Anyway, watch our last video and you'll understand what that is all about. So, okay, in the last, I don't know how many weeks, month, Metallica's been releasing some new material, and I've been intentionally avoiding it. Not that I'm one of those die-hard Metallica fans, but I like them. I just recently rewatched Some Kind of Monster. I know if you're a die-hard Metallica fan, that's not necessarily the greatest experience, but it was good. I hadn't seen it in, I don't know, close to 20 years.
I watched it even.
Yeah.
And I'm not that big of a Metallica fan, but
Yeah.
I think it was enjoyable from a psychological, personal kind of level.
Definitely. Took a lot of guts to do that. Anyway, not here to talk about that. So they're in the process, if not already, have released a new album. I wanted to kind of do one of the singles, but not go back to the very first single. So this is the third single. Came out like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, third single already.
They're on the third single already, I know.
And they're like 84, so it's pretty good.
They're like, right, yes.
I got you there.
You did. You totally did. So if darkness had a sun, it would be this song, I guess.
The Antichrist.
That's what it's called. If darkness had a sun. So let's just jump right in, because I don't have much to say about it, because I didn't look anything up like we never do, and I just want to hear it. Let's see. Tell me how you really feel. All right, do you want to explain that reaction to the folks who are watching? I mean, I know what it is. I've known you for long enough, but...
They're going to hate me, but that is boring. Boring. Like, so much repetition, no lyrics for like 2 minutes, and then it comes in and it's like the same word repeated again for like 3 bars. I'm like, you guys got nothing left. Nothing left. It's not catchy. It doesn't feel like great musicianship. It doesn't sound like great lyrics. Like, it's nothing.
To quote Lars from Some Kind of Monster, it's stock.
Right.
It's standard Metallica, which doesn't make it bad, in my opinion, but it doesn't make it fresh, in another opinion.
There's definitely no freshness. And the stock is like the baseline of the soup. If you're like, look at this delicious soup I made you, and it's chicken stock that you poured out of the friggin' thing, and that's it.
Right.
You're like, I want more than that. You can't call that soup.
Well, we are like a third of the song, so maybe it gets better. Let's just try it.
And then it's like the same old themes.
Yeah. There's a part of me that was wondering, as I'm kind of in the corner of my eye watching your very colorful reactions, wondering if I should have picked their first single. Because if you think about it, do you want to grab fans with your first single or your third single?
Yeah.
Right? So in another respect, I'm tempted to just switch gears right now and go to that first single. But I don't feel like we'd be giving this song any justice.
And there'd be so many people like, but you missed the best part of the song.
I know.
It really switches it up. And
I'm willing to admit that could be possible, right? You love Kirk's solos.
I know. And I could hear his guitar playing, and I was like, a good 30% of what I like about him.
Okay.
I'm going to give 100% to James Hetfield's vocals.
Okay.
It sounds like 1991, no change in his vocals whatsoever. I don't hear any strain, no nodes on his vocal cords.
Yeah.
Nothing. He is on.
Good.
I hope
There's
he's
one
not
positive for you.
responsible for writing the lyrics.
Well, he used to be.
Yeah, and now it's Lars.
No. Just throw all this shit on Lars. I mean, if they're doing anything like they were doing, like they started doing with Saint Anger in the Some Kind of Monster documentary, is they did sort of a round table where they would start an idea, they pass it to the next guy, he'd write something and pass it to them, and just kind of go around, and then they would kind of decide on finality after that.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Okay. I was waiting for something like this. It's almost over. You're almost there.
That sounded like a synth.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It almost...
At the end there, especially.
It almost reminded... I mean, there was some parts in there that sounded like some strings. Like staccato strings. And near the end, it almost... There was almost this growl that reminded me of Cliff Burton, the original bass player's bass tone that he would sometimes have. He'd like use the wah with his distortion, and it was just this like this.
Oh, nice!
Literally a growl.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's what that was. All right, I already know how you feel. I mean, I'm not impressed. I don't think that. Oh, hey, Metallica's released a new fantastic song. I don't think it's as bad.
Best album yet.
I don't think it's as bad as you're reacting to, but you have your own expectations, and I can appreciate that. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of something that I had to accept with Clutch. And no, this is not a comparison of Metallica to Clutch.
Yeah.
For a little bit, I stopped appreciating Clutch because I kept hearing Clutch. But then I realized that Clutch is great. I'm going to continue hearing Clutch. They're not about to start reinventing the wheel.
Right.
And I'm hearing Metallica. I'm totally hearing Metallica. They're not about to start reinventing the wheel. You know, they've strayed a little bit here and there over the years from their Metallica formula.
Right.
But I mean, if you look at the 80s, Thrash Up Your Ass, to the Black Album, which is way more structured, watered down, still fat as hell, but more watered down, almost predictably structured, almost like pop metal, excuse the term. Still good.
Yeah, I like it. And I can appreciate like when musicians are better and doing more things. And if I was listening to somebody and they just watered it down, I wouldn't necessarily like it. So I think it's not just watering down that happened in the 90s. There was some sort of, I can move my body to it.
And millions of people prior to that could move their body to it. Perhaps it increased the broad spectrum of those who could move their body to it.
Right.
And then, I mean, things almost fell apart in the early 2000s, like with Some Kind of Monster, right? And then, I mean, Death Magnetic came in, and that was almost, from my opinion, an attempt to reach back to the 90s. Their songs were like 8, 9, 10 minutes long, and there was a lot of parts. It was almost bordering on, not really, but almost bordering on semi-progressive in structure-wise and stuff. But they're Metallica. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Right?
Yes.
And they're gonna, obviously.
Your Clutch reference made a very important reference in my head.
Okay.
Because I, too, felt the same way about the last, maybe album or two from Manny Moore.
Right.
Who is, like, my pentultimate of people that I love. And I kept searching for how's she going to change her sound this time.
Yeah.
And it's still the same sound.
Yeah.
There is a level of acceptance that this is that person's sound.
Right.
Actually, I love them for that.
Yeah.
And I could still love this music, and now I do.
And to expect the wheel to be recreated each time is almost always going to end in disappointment because there are very few bands or artists who do that.
Did I have that expectation before I met you, though? I feel like that's something that you pushed onto me.
Oh, I don't know if I pushed it onto you.
I mean, before that, I was quite happy with my boy band music. So
you truly were, but did I push it on you, or did I just open up your mind? Right? There wasn't any kind of
open up your mind.
I was making a reference there though because I can't remember what video we were doing in the past, and you managed to bring Justin Timberlake into it, and now we're doing a Metallica video and you bring Mandy Moore into it somehow.
And boy bands, come
boy
on.
Bands, yeah. We haven't gone into depth about NSYNC yet. All right, well there you go, Metallica. If darkness had a sun, he'd bathe in holy water. Right? Come on, James.
Like,
seriously,
like when you like die, or like, you know, your skin would fall. I don't know. I could imagine like an 80s horror movie type of effect of holy water.
Your skin would ripple and burn, kind of like the radioactive reaction. You know, if you're getting... Anyway. I've watched more horror movies.
I guess you have.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Click like, click subscribe, click on our other videos, click away.
Comments are going to blow up on this one.
Oh, people are going to... Yes,
you are going to get ripped up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess that's what I signed up for.
Well,
this is why
when you wear your reactions on your face so blatantly, like you're looking at your watch going, is this fucking over
I was
yet?
not looking at my watch. I was looking at my nails for dirt to see if I could spend some time doing that.
Right. Right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.